The Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake is finally here! Many more people now get to experience this masterpiece for the first time on the Nintendo Switch. There also has been many recent rumors of a Nintendo Switch successor, and many speculate that a new Smash Bros. Title is possible on this new console. With a whole new generation exposed to such an endearing series full of potential, I believe this newfound popularity of the character can influence his chances at becoming a new playable fighter. In this video, I will explain what Paper Mario's moveset could be like in the next Super Smash Bros. While this moveset may focus more on the first two games, I made sure to include at least one or more references from all the other games. My goal is to make this the ultimate Paper Mario moveset, meaning it pays respects to all of the series, even the titles that weren't as well received as the first three. Paper Mario has many forms of attacks, abilities, and mechanics to pull from. One of the biggest elements that I stayed throughout the entirety of this series is time jump and hammer attacks. This mechanic is known as action commands, where during battle, pressing a certain input or combination of inputs will improve Mario's attacks. In all of Paper Mario's adventures, he collects items and key collectibles scattered throughout the world. From the first two games, these items include badges, and in later games, stickers and battle cards. These items help Mario perform advanced hammer and jump techniques with ranging properties and uses. A lot of these games have paper transformations or other arts and crafts related gimmicks. For example, Mario can transform into a paper airplane, unfold his arms, and use real-world objects. Last but not least, arguably what many fans adore most about these games are the partners and companions Mario meets along the way. These guys help Mario progress through the story and also assist him in battle. Some of these cool characters have interesting backstories, with some even being outright dark and sad, like getting bullied, losing a loved one, or sacrificing their own life to save others. For this moveset, I will be including all partners from the first two games and at least one companion from every other game for a whopping total of 21 partners. Talk about fan service. I will explain later in the video how I deal with the inclusion of partners, but in short, I use simple but effective techniques to include all these partners within a singular moveset. Despite the numerous amount of partners present, they will not be the main focus of Paper Mario's moveset. Paper Mario will still be performing most of his own attacks and abilities. For now, let's get started with establishing Paper Mario's fighting playstyle and basic stats on the Smash battlefield. In my mind, Paper Mario will be a more tactical character, by being rewarded for correctly timing his hammer, jump, and partner action commands. You as the player will have to take advantage of Paper Mario's exclusive mechanics and special inputs, but more on this later. Paper Mario will also have a good projectile game, however, these projectiles will need to be used strategically as the opponent will have counterplay against them. And as you may have guessed, Paper Mario's weight will be one of the lightest in the game, easily being KO'd. However, despite being made from paper, his fall speed is pretty quick, just like in his games. And even though he's another version of the high jumping plumber, Paper Mario often lacks in jump height. In Smash, Paper Mario will have a poor full jump height similar to Snake. However, Paper Mario will have a unique mechanic that greatly improves his jumping performance. When grounded, Paper Mario can crouch just like any other character, but if Mario crouches for a while, he will begin to crumple up more and more, charging up his sprint jump ability from the Thousand Year Door. To perform this move in Smash, hold down on the control stick and crouch for a bit. Then while still crouching, press the jump button to launch up into the air. This also serves as a neat reference to how the crouch jump input works in Super Mario Bros. 2. Charging the sprint jump for a longer duration will make Mario gain more height. In Smash, this will allow Mario to catch opponents high up in the air or to quickly reach top platforms. Charging the sprint jump for about half a second, or 30 frames, will give Mario a jump height comparable to Falco's full jump. When fully charged for about 1 second, or 50 frames, Mario will jump a similar distance to Shulk's full hop when his Jumpanado is active. When Mario launches into the air, he can immediately use any of his other actions, including his double jump, which will further increase his coverage in the air. Lastly, if you start charging the sprint jump, but for whatever reason want to cancel the move, you can do so by simply resetting the control stick back to neutral. While Paper Mario will have a below average base jump height, when this sprint jump technique is utilized, he will have one of the best jumps in the game. With all of that out of the way, let's finally dive into Paper Mario's moveset, starting with his standard grounded attacks. For Paper Mario's jab, he will use the squeaky toy-like E-Hammer from Sticker Star. This hammer attack also later reappears in Color Splash in the form of a battle card. This attack is quick, but extremely weak, and won't deal any knockback. This move can work something like Isabelle's jab, which also happens to look like the E-Hammer. Also like Isabelle's jab, this move will have no finisher. However, Here's how Paper Mario's weak jab can become something that's much more useful. To further capture the feeling of performing action commands like in the original games, this next move is accessed through another special input that works nearly identically to how it does in the Thousand-Year Door, where in the overworld, if you hold the attack button, Paper Mario will go into a special stance. While in this stance, if you move the left control stick several times in a circular motion while the attack button is held, Mario will further twist up. Only when the attack button is released will Mario start to spin his hammer. This controller input isn't totally unfamiliar to the Smash series. Sheik and Melee and the Belmonton Ultimate have a similar input that is performed after pressing and holding an attack button, along with movements on the control stick. In Paper Mario 64, this spin attack is known as Spin Smash, in Thousand-Year Door as the Super Hammer and Ultra Hammer attacks, and in Sticker Star as the Slap Hammer. Also, like the first two games, a meter will display to show how much Mario has charged up the spin attack. Charging for a longer duration will have several improving effects, like increasing the speed at which he spins around, as well as increasing the move's damage and knockback. Unlike charging up his spring jump, this move cannot be cancelled, making Mario commit to the attack once he has already started charging. Lastly, for this move, Mario will wield the Super Hammer, the second most powerful hammer to acquire in the first two games. For down tilt, Mario will peel off a sticker from the ground. A random sticker will appear such as a mushroom, fire flower, and a Goomba shoe. However, the hitbox size, damage, and knockback remains the same, no matter which sticker appears. This move will scoop fighters upward, great for starting combos. In Sticker Star, peeling and collecting stickers is an essential part of the game. In later games such as Color Splash and Origami King, Mario also interacts with the world by peeling off objects such as tape and flattened question blocks. For side tilt, Mario will smack foes with a flip-flop sticker from Sticker Star. This item appears during the reoccurring battles with Gimmick, where he annoyingly transforms all of Mario's stickers into flip-flops. Mario then disciplines Gimmick with these flip-flop stickers. Mario will teach other fighters a lesson with this move. For up tilt, Mario will throw some confetti up into the air. This move's animation is more inspired from its use in the Origami King, but confetti also sometimes appears in the Thousand-Year Door when Mario lands a stylish move. For dash attack, Mario will do a spin dash from Paper Mario 64. This move works a lot like Mega Man's multi-hitting dash attack, dragging opponents as he spins along. While not totally necessary, I think it would be really cool if Mario's run animation is of him riding on top of Yoshi Kid, which he does in Thousand-Year Door to get around places quicker. Now let's get into Paper Mario's smash attacks. For forward smash, Mario uses his classic hammer whack seen throughout the series. In Smash, this move will display a similar meter over Mario's head, like the one that appears during battles in the first two games. The damage and knockback varies on how much you've charged it up. A level 1 charge is a standard hammer attack, dealing decent damage and knockback. A level 2 charge is the Power Smash badge, dealing slightly more damage and knockback. And a level 3 charge is the Mega Smash badge, dealing a crazy amount of damage and knockback. However, getting to level 3 will take quite a bit of time. On the flip side, if Mario overcharges this move, it will deal as much damage and knockback as a level 1 charge, kinda like how it works in the original games. For this hammer attack, Mario will be wielding the Ultra Hammer, the strongest hammer to acquire in both the first two games. For down smash, Mario will use another hammer swinging badge, along with the stronger variants, the Quake Hammer. Just like forward smash, a meter will display, indicating its level of charge. A level 1 charge is the Quake Hammer badge, which creates a mini grounded shockwave around him. A level 2 charge is the Power Quake badge, creating a slightly bigger shockwave that covers more ground. A level 3 charge is the Mega Quake badge, which creates the biggest shockwave out of all the other versions of the move. For both level 2 and level 3 charges, Mario will jump in the air before whacking the ground, and Mario will be able to dodge low-hitting moves, similar to Sora's down smash. To further differentiate this move from forward smash, animation-wise, Mario will charge and swing his hammer toward the camera like he can in later games. Because Mario is swinging toward the camera, it'll be harder to land the stronger hitbox from the hammer itself. However, the utility of creating the weaker hitting grounded shockwave could be especially useful in covering tech situations. The shockwave itself won't be too powerful, allowing for some combo potential. A level 3 charge can pack quite a punch, but it still won't be nearly as devastating as his forward smash power. For all these variants of the Quake Hammer badge, Mario will use the same purple hammer design as seen in the badge's icon itself. For Paper Mario's up smash, I'm making up the move's name, Chapter End. In most games of the Paper Mario series, Mario has to gather major collectibles to progress further in the story. These major items are usually collected at the end of each level or major location in the world. These gameplay segments are usually described in the games as chapters. In Smash, every time Mario uses his up smash, he will excitedly thrust up in the air at random one of 5 of these major chapter end collectibles. For the most part, these major collectibles appear in the form of a star. In Paper Mario 64, Mario has to gather the Star Spirits. In Thousand Year Door, the Crystal Stars. In Super Paper Mario, the Pure Hearts. In Sticker Star, the Royal Crowns. And in Color Splash, the Paint Stars. While the collectible that appears during this move is random, its hitbox size and stats all remain the same. This move can work like Minecraft Steve's up smash that scoops fighters upward with a multi-hit, and then the last hit deals the launching knockback. Now let's transition to Paper Mario's Airial Attacks. For neutral air, Mario will do one of his stylish jumps, specifically this animation. This move originates from the Thousand Year Door, but in later games, Mario also strikes a number of poses after successfully timing his jump attacks. This attack sends opponents at an arc angle up and away from Mario. While this long-lasting hitbox is active, if you press the attack button the moment you make contact with an opponent, Mario will jump off them, cancelling into another stylish pose. From this other stylish pose, Mario can immediately cancel into any other action like another aerial attack. Because this is a timing-based technique, you will not be able to simply spam the A button to get the hop effect. This mechanic can work like teching the stage, where if you try teching too early, you will be locked out until you land on the stage or get hit again. In other words, press the attack button too early or too late, and Mario will simply pass through the opponent with no added hop effect. This hopping off from nair technique is an essential combo tool for Paper Mario and can even lead into itself at early percents. Mario is even able to repeatedly hop on an opponent's shield for some tricky shield pressure. For down air, Mario will perform the spin jump from the first 2 games. This powerful ground pound will work similarly to Yoshi's down B that when used, it does not end until he hits the ground, meaning it would be extremely risky to use this off stage. However, if you tap the attack button again, the moment you make contact with the opponent, Mario will jump off them and cancel into a stylish pose, which can also be immediately cancelled into any other action, just like his nair. This move can work something like Greninja's down air. This can be another great combo tool, however its startup is quite long, as well as its end lag, especially when he lands with his rump on the ground. This move will also have a spiking effect, but only during the first few frames he begins to descend. For forward air, Mario will use his 1000-fold arms from Origami King. This move starts out with Mario quickly extending his arms out behind his head before slamming downward with an overhead swing. In Origami King, these arms are used to grab things, but he also uses it to smash objects and bosses. Like Donkey Kong's forward air swing, the arms themselves deal decent knockback, but the fists have a strong spiking effect. This move has slow startup and long end lag, but makes up with great range. But don't worry, this move won't have any min type of range. It'll be slightly longer than DK's forward air range. For back air, while Mario looks over his shoulder, he pulls out a pair of scissors and clips away at his opponent several times, with the last hit dealing the launching knockback. In later Paper Mario games of the series, there is a huge emphasis on real-world objects. Some of these useful objects include a refrigerator, a rubber ducky, and a giant fan. In Origami King, they took this idea one step further with arts and crafts related objects. These objects appear as comical bosses like a stapler, a rubber band creature, and an assortment of colored pencils. For up air, Mario will gain support from his paint bucket partner, Huey. Mario wields Huey in his arms and splashes paint upward. This move will be weak, but great for juggling opponents, especially with its wide disc joint. Paint was the main gimmick of Color Splash, and this is a great opportunity to show that off while also making a partner cameo. Maybe like Inkling, the paint can get stuck on an opponent, making them temporarily take slightly more damage during subsequent attacks. Now let's switch over to Paper Mario's special attacks. For neutral special, Mario will use his hammer throwing ability, seen throughout the series. In the first 2 games, this move is access to the hammer throw badge. In later games, it can be performed with the use of items such as a sticker or battle card. You might also know this move as the hurl hammer ability from later games. Anyway, just like the Belmont's axe throwing neutral special or Yoshi's egg throwing up special, Mario can adjust the angle his hammer is thrown in an attempt to track down his opponents. This move has decent range, but it isn't very strong, being slightly stronger than Yoshi's up B egg throw attack, which allows for some follow-ups and combos. For this weaker hammer attack, he'll wield his standard wooden hammer. For this next concept, allow me to explain one of the major reasons how I was able to fit every partner from the first 2 games into a singular moveset without having to resort to manually choosing them through some other means. For this idea, I took inspiration from a particular character in Smash Ultimate's roster, and that character is Bayonetta? Hear me out. If you didn't know already, in Smash 4 and Ultimate, Bayonetta has a unique attribute to the rest of the Smash cast, where every time she uses her neutral special, she alternates between 2 gun stance animations. This stylish aesthetic design allows for some flashy poses without changing much in terms of the move's hitbox and stats. In Paper Mario's case, many of his partners will be set in pairs for particular moves. For example, if Goombario is used in an attack, the next time that same move is used, Goombella will appear instead, and the pattern repeats. In these scenarios, no matter which partner appears from its set, the hitbox size, damage, and knockback will always remain identical to each other. I think this system works well because in these partner pairs, the characters themselves are very similar in appearance, especially because many of them fall under a specific Mario enemy archetype. For example, Goombas, Koopas, and Bob-ombs. Even in the pairs where the partners aren't visually similar, they still share nearly identical moves used during battles within their games. Let's see this idea in action. Paper Mario side special is Shell Toss, performed by Kooper and Koops. The first time this side special is used, Kooper will appear. The next time this move is used, Koops will appear. This pattern will keep repeating. Like in the overworld of the first 2 games, Mario can hop on top of the Koopa partners, sending them forward. The shell travels a set distance before it returns like a boomerang to the position it first started traveling. If the shell is launched in the air or over a ledge, it won't ever drop. In the Thousand Year Door, Koops has a special ability that lets him stall in place with the press of the B button. In Smash, holding the special button down will have the shell spin in place. However, you won't be able to stall the shell indefinitely, but instead only for 1.5 seconds or so. While the partner stalls in place, Mario can perform any of his A attacks, defensive actions such as shield and roll, except he won't be able to use any of his other special moves since the special button is already being held down. Both Koopa partners will be able to use this stalling technique. Overall, this attack is weak in damage and knockback, but it's another great combo tool that pops fighters upward. Because projectiles can be very annoying and sometimes hard to deal with for many players, I want to introduce some counterplay the opponent has against this projectile. Just like the gimmick with Squirtle side B, other players can jump on his shell, temporarily putting him into a disadvantaged state, where he flips over and struggles to get back up. If another player jumps on the Koopa shell at any point of the move, they can flip them over. The Koopa partner will struggle to flip right side up, and Paper Mario's side special will then be disabled for a couple of seconds. For Paper Mario's down special, he will gain support from his Bob-omb friends, who will perform the bomb attack. The first time this move is used, Bombette will appear. And the next time this move is used, Bobbery will appear. And the third time, Mario's Origami King companion Bobby will appear. And for the memes, when Bobby blows up, he'll never appear again for the move. Rest in peace, Bobby. Just kidding, Bobby will appear again for the move. Mario will chuck his Bob-omb partner over his head. When the Bob-omb lands on the stage, its fuse will start burning, and it will slowly walk a few steps forward. If the Bob-omb reaches the ledge of the stage or a platform, it will turn around. Like Bowser Jr.'s Mecha Koopa. When the fuse finishes burning, the Bob-omb will stop moving and begin to flash, indicating that it's about to blow for a devastating explosion. This move's power can be comparable to Snake C4. Also, just like in the Paper Mario games, when the Bob-omb is walking along the stage, the player can press down B again to make the Bob-omb blow up sooner. However, the Bob-omb will never be able to detonate while it's in the air, but it will have a weak hitbox when the bomb partner collides with another fighter in the air. This is a reference to Bombette and Bobby's body slam attacks from the games they appear in. Like side special, opponents will have counterplay against this projectile too. Like knocking out Duck Hunt's gunman, if you deal enough damage to Mario's Bob-omb partner, it will be knocked away, and its bomb will be defused. Paper Mario's down special will then be disabled for a couple of seconds. For up special, the flying Koopa messenger, Parry will hold on to Mario and take flight. Like Snake's or Duck Hunt's up B, Mario can cancel the move early, mid-flight. In Paper Mario 64, Parry mostly carries Mario horizontally, so for Smash, he will have a more horizontal movement than he does vertical. He already kinda does this when he lifts away enemies with his airlift attack during battle. For his final smash from Origami King, Paper Mario's companion Olivia transforms into a giant hammer, and Mario strikes any foes in its path. The screen peels off, and all foes that are struck by the hammer awaken on top of Bowser's castle. they soon realize that they're in the middle of a giant paper craft battle between Paper Mario and Paper Bowser. The foes then get trampled by both giant paper crafts. This final smash is a combination of bosses in Origami King and Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Let's now take a look at Paper Mario's grab and throws, which incorporate many more of his iconic partners. From Super Paper Mario, his grabbing partner Throw assists Mario to grab other fighters from a slightly longer distance. This is a tether grab, with a short range similar to Young Link's hookshot. Throw will scoop up fighters, and when he returns back to Mario, Mario will then take over, grabbing them like any other fighter. When Mario grabs an opponent, one of Mario's pummeling partners will appear, similar to Peach's grab where Toad appears to help pummel. Their first time a grab is initiated, Lady Bo will appear to use her smack attack for the duration of the grab. The next time a grab is initiated, Miss Meows will appear to use her Love Slap attack for the duration of the grab. All of Mario's throws will use partner attacks with action commands to improve its damage output. Miss the action command timing and you will deal slightly less damage. When the action command is timed correctly, you will hear a sound effect from the games. For down throw, Mario will slam the opponent to the ground, and as they lay helpless, one of Mario's Goomba partners will immediately appear to use their head bonk attack. Press the attack button the moment they make contact for an additional head bonk. The first time this move is used, Goombario will appear, and the next time this move is used, Goombella will appear. For a forward throw, as Mario holds on to the opponent, he will give off his classic shocked expression, as one of his partners come charging through from behind for a hard-hitting tackle. Press the attack button right before making contact to deal more damage. The first time this move is used, Shushi will use her belly flop attack. The next time this move is used, Madame Flurry will use her body slam attack. For back throw, Mario will throw the opponent behind him, and throw will keep him stalled in the air as Lucky Lester uses his spiny flip attack, chucking a spiny shell. Press the attack button right before making contact to make the spikes from the shell extrude out even more, dealing more damage. This move can work like Falco's back throw. For up throw, Mario will again send throw to stall the opponent above Mario, as Yoshi Kid uses his mini egg attack, rapidly chucking 3 small colorful eggs in succession. Time the action command right before Yoshi Kid starts throwing his eggs to throw an additional 4th egg. This move can work like Mewtwo's forward throw. Mario isn't just great at attacking, he has great defensive abilities. For his shield animation, he hides his face under his cap like he does during battles, when you time the guard action command to reduce incoming enemy damage. For his spot dodge, Mario's partner Vivian uses her veil move to quickly pull him into the shadows. For his forward roll, I have 2 ideas. The first idea is Mario can use his dimension flip to switch perspectives. This could act as a teleport that's quite telegraphed with long startup and end lag. This perspective changing mechanic was a core feature of Super Paper Mario. The other idea is Paper Mario can roll up like he does in the 1000-Year Door and low profile incoming attacks. This move can work like Samus's roll. For his backward roll, he can do this backward tumble like when he lands a stylish move after using the tornado jump badge. For air dodge, his boot partner Lady Bo holds on to Mario and uses her out of sight move, making Mario temporarily transparent. His perfect shield animation is the perfect guard action command that has Mario spin in place along with its sound effect. His shield break animation is when he's on low HP. The peril sound effect will also play during the animation. Here are Paper Mario's taunts and victory animations. For his down taunt, Mario strikes this pose from 64 when he defeats all enemies in battle. For his side taunt, one of Mario's floating companions will randomly appear to greet him. The partners that can appear are Star Kid, Tippy, Kirsty, Huey, Olivia, and Watt. While it is rare, if Watt appears, he will blind Mario with his bright light and stun nearby opponents like Mewtwo's Disable. For up taunt, Mario will appeal to the crowd like he does in the 1000-Year Door. For his first victory pose, he'll fly from one end of the screen to the other in his paper airplane form and then land in the middle of the screen. He then unfolds and strikes his battle victory pose from the 1000-Year Door. For his second victory animation, he holds up one of the major chapter end collectibles like his up smash. For his third victory animation, he slowly walks from the left side of the screen to the middle in his paper mode form, then returning back to normal. He then appeals to the crowd. This next section covers many of the situational animations during specific interactions. While playing on a Paper Mario stage, inputting a special input will have one of Paper Mario's tattling companions give insight and commentary on other fighters present in the Smash battle. This can work like the codec calls, Palutena's guidance, and the Star Fox conversations. His entrance animation is him gliding in his paper airplane form, landing into the ground, and then unfolding. For his swimming animation, he could either transform into a paper boat or ride sushi. I think I prefer sushi because they can go underwater, and this could be his drown animation. For his knockdown animation, he'll lay on the floor like when he game overs. His backward jump animation is his stylish move after performing some of his hammer attacks. For stages with ladders, his climbing animation will be this one from Super Paper Mario. His hit stun animation is when he gets hit during battle. His screen KO is this animation from Sticker Star. The last section of this moveset concept explores many cool designs for Paper Mario's alts. For Paper Mario's first alt, he can have a Luigi appearance like when you equip the L emblem badge in the 1000-Year Door. For his second alt, he can have a Wario appearance like when you equip the W emblem badge. For his third alt, he can have a Waluigi appearance like when you equip the L and W emblem badges at the same time. For his fourth alt, he can have a Fire Flower outfit like when he uses a Fire Flower in Sticker Star. For his fifth alt, he can have an Ice Flower outfit like when he uses an Ice Flower. For his sixth alt, he can have the Dupless costume from the 1000-Year Door. For his seventh alt, he can have a costume resembling Mr. L from Super Paper Mario. For an extra eighth alt, he can have his more recent design with the white outline, and maybe his partners can have the same white outline too. For an extra ninth alt, he can have a gold appearance like when you equip the gold emblem badge after getting 100% in the 1000-Year Door Remake. If you watched all the way to the end of the video, thanks for watching. This was my first ever edited video for YouTube, and I put a lot of work into it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so the YouTube algorithm knows to share this video to a bigger audience. Also, in the comments below, tell me what you think of the Smash Bros moveset concept for Paper Mario and other ideas you may have. I had a ton of fun making this, and who knows, maybe someone talented can make this into a Smash Ultimate custom character mod. Initially, I had no plans of making any more videos, but if the demand is there, I have some ideas for future Smash Bros moveset content. Let me know if you would like to see a Smash moveset concept for your favorite video game character. For now, take care.